Hello, is there anybody there? Is there anybody there? Yes. And welcome to those that are there to this rather wet Tuesday live stream. Somewhat impromptu, but not entirely. I did plan on doing a live stream today. I just didn't tell anybody. Why? Because I forgot. And that's really it. And welcome, my one viewer at this time. Whoever you are, it looks like the guy from SETI Alpha 5 is here, and you're the only one. Isn't that fantastic? You may, oh hang on, that's gone to 8. I just thought, what if, imagine if after all this time of doing some live streams, suddenly nobody turned up. Nobody had the inclination to turn up. Everybody had something better to do. What an amazing thing that would be. And I wouldn't blame you. And surely your life would be much better for it. But I don't know. The reason for doing a live stream today, there are many. One, of course, is that I like to stay amongst the community of people that watch my videos. And the other is it's raining and it's cold. It's cold, and I've also some rather exciting news that I'm going to struggle not to tell you all about. So I'm going to hint at it, because tonight a video will be going up where all will be revealed. And this does of course refer to the trip out with Mr. Boaty yesterday. And there was a very, very grueling trip in the end, because I was up before 7 o'clock. I got back here at what time was it? No, maybe about 5:30, and then I had to walk home because I had no car. Mystery, eh? It's a mystery. What could possibly have happened there? How come I've ended up back at the yard with no car? Who knows? Well, I'll tell you who knows. Me and Boaty. And a few other people that don't actually know anything about what I'm even doing here. And there are people like that, I can guarantee it. Only today, in fact, Allegro Man was here and he said something about one of the other chaps in the yard. And I said, I don't think he has a clue what I do here. He doesn't know. He doesn't know how to do YouTube stuff. Nobody does. I don't tell them. I don't go, by the way, I do YouTube stuff, because they're not interested. That's why. But you lot are, aren't you? And in one moment I'm going to see who has indeed arrived in the lockup with me today. Once I've finished making this cup of tea. Has anybody else got a cup of tea on? I did 2 TT there. A cup of tea, a cup of tea, a cup of tea, 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 cup of tea. Has anybody else got a cup of tea on the go-to tea? Has anybody else got a cup of tea? Anybody else? Anybody else? I'm sure they have, but they might not necessarily be watching this live stream. As some of you may have noticed, I've been doing a couple of live streams on my other channel, and that is because that's going to be the future of that particular channel. I think is live stream cooking. Yeah, it's easy. I don't have to make a video afterwards, and you know, I get to see quite a lot of regular people in there as well. But there's no harm in doing the occasional one here, especially if I've got some news that I've got to try and keep to myself. Right, before you all go, let's find out who has turned up. Of course, well, the guy from SETI Alpha 5, Barry, is here, and I'm grateful for that particular bit of knowledge. And Hugh Sanderman. Hugh Sanderman, greetings. Hugh Sanderman, greetings to you on this sunny day. And Steak Hulk with his what looks like a waving onion, like this. That's what it looks like to me. Paddy, 92. Good day, Nigel. now Paddy 92. Are you 92 years old, or were you born in 92, making you 32 years old? And please tell me. Barry Shitpeas. Oh, yesterday was a wonderful day of singing Barry Shitpeas songs, though none of them got recorded, except by me. And I might have to do my own little Barry Shitpeas album, because all the time whilst I was by myself, I kept adding bits to the existing Barry Shitpeas tune. And I think, yeah, that's a good point. I shall post some of those on the members only videos. Not to be exclusive, but they really are nothing to do with what goes on the channel normally. So, you know, maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's what private, the members only videos should be all about. And welcome, Barry Shitpeas. Andrew Buttigieg. Hello, Mustard. Another live stream. Ooh, you're spoiling us. If indeed you like live streams, if you don't and you just prefer me to make some videos, then in actual fact the opposite is in effect. Because whilst I'm doing a live stream, I am not making a video. Am I? Can't really do the two things at once. But no worries, because we're not going to be short of videos anyway, because there's going to be a video coming up tonight. It's going to be either two quite long videos, or one very long video, and I haven't decided which one it should be, or one very, very long video and a couple of shorter videos within that. It's all rather mysterious, isn't it? Not only that, I have a car review today as well, so that will be coming up tomorrow or the day after. And many of you like car reviews, and this particular car review isn't even something completely unrelated to the channel, so I don't expect any hate for it. Unfortunately, one of the absolute bombing car reviews I've had recently was the Jeep Renegade from Joe. I was quite excited by that video. I enjoyed making it, and I thought it was a good video, but for some reason nobody wants to see it. Jasper Hayes. At least there are more people now, says Jasper Hayes. And that's true. It doesn't take long normally. I don't really give much of a warning for me doing a live stream. I just set off and do it and hope for the best. And by hoping for the best and not really having any great build-up, then I'm always really grateful that people turned up, rather than feeling disappointed that they haven't. Look, there's some baker's yeast. Right, you see, I can put in an element of my video even into a live stream by giving you something completely random. Mighty Cat Mods. Can't you see I'm trying to do the French horn lesson? What time for a live stream? Oh, I do apologise. By the time you've finished your French horn lesson, I'd imagine I'd still be here doing this anyway. I do like a bit of French horn. Yes, I do. And we're now joined by 30 people, which is good. That is a respectable amount for less than 10 minutes in, so I'm pleased by that. If, again, the same thing, any new people coming in, please give me your location, because it's something else to actually add to the live stream. You want shout outs? You want me to mention it? Yeah, I can do that. You want me to acknowledge your existence? I will do exactly that. But do tell me where you're from. Where is Tom? Asks Mighty Cat Mods, but not before Hi Spotty Botty. Ah, yes. Where is Tom? Well, he's not here. He does have a job to go to, and he does that job 5 days a week, 6 maybe even, and he only really comes around here on a Saturday or a Sunday. Quite often for not that long, because weekends are for other things as well as messing about on cars. Not for everyone. Andrew Buttigieg says, now then. And I agree. Now then. Hi Paul. Hey Paul, how's it going? Asks Chris Bowen. Well, the fact that I'm doing a live stream will give away some of it. And one of the things being that any jobs I have to do on cars, I'm not really going to be that motivated by because of the cold and the wet. Although I do have this here, which still requires an awful lot of this. Oh, it went dusty that, didn't it? I could do some live stream paint rectification. Who'd find that interesting? I don't think it would come across on live stream too well though, because you need a proper bright light to see how the paint has come up better by using something like that on there. And although these are bright lights, they need to be more directed at exactly the part that you're looking at. So it wouldn't work. And you'd get bored. Hi Barry, I'm a coffee person, says Andrew. Oh, I see. I see. Barry Shippies, I'll join in and make a cup of tea too. Ah, right, yeah. See, there we go. There's another example of me getting ahead of myself where I just ask a random question and then completely forget that I've asked it in the first place because I'm too busy just rambling on and not really knowing what I've just said or what I'm about to say. I have no idea what I'm going to be saying in a couple of minutes. Something really interesting may come up, but the chances are it won't. And I'll get there regardless of whether it's worthwhile saying or not. So there's just no way of knowing. I don't drink tea or coffee, water and juices only. Well, you're missing a trick there, Barry, I think, because water is not very exciting. Juices are full of sugar, and tea is nice. And coffee's quite nice as well, but obviously it does make you wee a lot more. A cup of tea with full fat milk and no sugar is the best drink you can have without it being beer. It has to be a fact. It really does. You can't. I challenge you to come up with a better drink than that. And I want there's no point in James saying, well, I prefer this, because that's not a challenge. That's not an explanation. You need to convince me otherwise, and that won't. Paddy was born in 92, so that's kind of what I thought would be the case. And Rover Joe is here. Rover Joe, hello, Rover Joe. Well done for coming out. Well done, well done, well done, well done, well done, well done. Hello, Rover Joe, Rover Joe, Rover Joe. There's another one I need to make a theme tune up for. Welcome, welcome, Rover Joe, to my palace of disorganisation, which you have seen before in video, but not with your own eyes in person. And we need to rectify that one day. And the really good thing about that is that is your job to come and see me rather than me come and see you. And that appeals. Jimmy Quinn is here and says hello. My daily driver is a Jeep Wrangler. I've been offered a swap for a Dodge Omni, a Dodge Spirit RT. I'm conjugating, as Boaty would say. Cogitating. I just cogitated, as Boaty would say. Yes, I don't know what to suggest there. I can't really think of any reason to have any of those cars. I'm very sorry. Hi JQ, that's Jimmy Quinn. Hi Barry, hope you're well. I'm doing okay, Jimmy. Yes, I'm okay. And we all just speak to each other as in a conversation, which is great because you can fill in all the gaps that happen with me talking by talking to each other. Except, so far there hasn't been any gaps. Do a live stream. You learn how to speak continually without really stopping. A bit like playing Just a Minute, but you don't have to worry too much about hesitation. or repetition. Or deviation, come to think of it. In fact, deviation is the name of the game. Once you learn to deviate, the conversation can truly be endless, can't it? And I think that's the thing to it. Oh, hang on. Right, wait. Afternoon mustard, says Dan Maguire. Gaz and a trike. Coffee suits me to a T. Very clever. Boaty's world. Oh, Boaty. Boaty. Ah, he's a Boaty. He stands that tall. He's Boaty. Boaty. Let's not repeat that. If tea is the best drink, how come you always drink it my expensive coffee whenever you get the chance? I don't drink your expensive coffee whenever I get the chance. And I'll show you. Because the last time you came here, I said, do you want a cup of coffee? And you said, no, there isn't any. And I said, yeah, there is. And we were talking over a week ago now. And look, there's still 2 in there. There's still 2 in there. That's how much I drink your expensive coffee when you're not here. But don't worry, I'll make sure they're gone by tomorrow. Dan Peters. Hello, Captain Mustard. Hello, Dan Peters. Andrew Buttigieg. Hello, Boaty. And, oh yeah, of course, Ivor Spotty Bottom is the other name. Dan Peters, my question of the day could I run my Mark III Astra 1.7 Isuzu engine on veg oil? Seen things online about it, but I'm not sure. I don't want to cause damage and cost me loads in the long run. I wouldn't like to say yes you can, but I'm sure you can. I'm fairly sure that there's absolutely no problem with that. In fact, isn't that one of the engines that you can definitely just run on lard and tortoises and gravel and eggs. It doesn't matter what you put into that, it will just find a way of consuming it. Old diesel, why not? The way is the air is compressed. The air is compressed so much that anything that goes near that air will become so superheated it will just set fire to it, and that's why diesels of old were good, and you could practically run them on anything, as far as I know. Name me -1 is here. Hello to the garage of wet days. Sucks. It does suck. It sucks, the big fat one, and it hopefully we'll be reaching an end of this rather miserable weather before too long. Because I want spring to finally happen. I want to be outside and be uncomfortably warm. I want to find myself yearning for the rain because it's been dry for so long. I want to have a t-shirt on. I want the season to start where I come to work in my shorts and show off more bits than what Boaty wants to see. That's what I'm looking forward to. And that's never going to happen whilst it's drizzly and cold. And I think, we're looking at about 4 or 5 degrees today at the most. And that's not warm enough. No, it's not warm enough for anything I'd like to do. And my painting idea, still I can't get on and do that at any point in the near future because it's not warm enough for paint to flow freely through the nozzle and land safely on the panels and work. And that's disappointing, as are many things. Okay. Steve called, I don't drink coffee or tea. Well, and who's this then? Stickless Parsons. Well, that's a nice spoonerism on Nicholas, isn't it? And the message has been retracted, which is always a pity. I don't like it when you do that. I mean, obviously, you retract a message because either you say something and you think, oh, I shouldn't have said that, or you retract it because you say something and it doesn't come out quite right, or you spell it incorrectly and you spot your spelling mistake and you're embarrassed by it. And I never get to find out which one it is. And that's like many things. It's disappointing. STR Jordan, poop. Well, I don't mind that actually. I mean, because although it's just one word and it's relatively meaningless, at least I can read it out, and you get your moment of mustard acknowledgement. Now, what's Boaty got to say for himself? He's got a whole paragraph there of scribblings. Oh gosh. The only issue with veg oil is that when it's cold, it's difficult to start. He's making a good sense there, actually. The best solution is to fit a kit idea that starts the car on diesel and switches to veg oil once the engine is up to temperature. Ah, very good point. A very good point indeed, and it's just the kind of thing that I can imagine Boaty being very, very comfortable doing indeed. But you failed to mention something here, and that is that with the exception of really old diesels, modern engines don't really want to run just on vegetable oil. It's too thick and they're just too awkward. The old diesel engine was the perfect solution on how you could have torque whilst burning any old shite, and they ruined that, didn't they? For the greater good, Chops Garage is here. No distractions, please. I am supposed to be cleaning cars. Well, yes, I can understand. You, Chops, could, if you really wanted to do, just have me on in the background whilst as a distraction from the cold of cleaning a car, if you wanted to try that. I cannot just switch off just because you don't want to be distracted. That wouldn't be fair on anyone that wanted to be distracted, would it? I don't think you'd like that. But congratulations on cleaning some cars. That means that you are looking after your fleet well. Also means, and as I know, you haven't got a muddy yard to contend with, so you can clean them and they're not going to get dirty all by themselves. Grim Wriggler, hello from Spain. Oh, Spain. It's because you put an exclamation mark on the end of Spain, and I thought it said Spiani or something. Hello from Spain. This is my feed, and I quite like it. I like the multicolored car. Nice, whatever it is. Well, there's one. You must be somebody quite new, that Grim Wriggler, and it is my favourite ever car. And I would like to talk about it, but people have heard so much about it already. They're probably trying to bang the headache out of their heads whilst I start talking about it. So I won't. If you want to find out about it, look on the channel. It's quite easy. And about Jimmy Quinn, Paul, you don't have to make a song up for me. I've already got one. The Mighty Quinn by Manfred Mann. And that's actually quite good. Yeah, I know the song. So far, I wasn't going to make one up for you anyway. I mean, I would do at some point. But I think the songs that I make up for people should be for ones that actually turn up at the yard anyway. Ones that turn up and do something, good or bad. Preferably good. Because if it's not good, I don't want them coming back. Chops. It will soon fog up in this weather, mate. Leave a matte finish. Indeed it will. Yeah, so there's no real solution, is there? Unless you have an indoor what do you call it? Thing where you sell cars from, an indoor lot that's heated. Gosh, that'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? I need to get this place heated. I've got a heater here, which I haven't even mentioned so far, that a chap called George gave to me. But it's a burner, and I need to find a way of cobbling together some bits of pipe so that the burner can go out of the gap in the roof there, and then I could set fire to things in the lockup, make the lockup warm. It would also make it smell a bit like smoke, but you know, it's a small sacrifice for being warm, isn't it? That's I'm not going to be warm until I do that. Although, otherwise, that's the other thing as well. I actually come to think of it, and I'm talking about when to do paints. I can't really do that whilst warm the lockup with fire, because it will create bits, won't it? It'll create bits that hover around in the air. The kind of bits that make you smell like it's been fire night and bonfire night and you've been to a fire, but in actual fact you've just been to a lockup. And that could affect the paint as well. So I can't even get around it that way. Oh dear. Now then, right, Boaty. When you turn up off all the lights to flushes, diesel back through, ready to start again the next time. You add an additional tank for the diesel, and the main tank is used for veg oil. Seems to know an awful lot about this sort of stuff, doesn't he, our Boaty? You don't even like diesel, do you? Oh, he's got a Land Rover that's a diesel. That's the only, oh, and he's got my car at the moment, which is a diesel. Chris Maguire, pretty sure to run on veg oil, you have to mix it with something. There should be plenty of advice on YouTube. And that's true. I think it's something like 3% thinners. Is it thinners or white spirit or something like that? Or petrol, comes to think of it. Probably 3% petrol. And mix it all together. I think you're supposed to mix it together and leave it for about 3 days as well, so it is properly mixed. And then that is how you make your own diesel, actually. But I'm sure then you don't have to bother with this separate tank. But you are supposed to, well, you're supposed to pay tax on it, aren't you? You know, otherwise you could be one of these people that get pulled over by these occasional police big stoppy things that like to dip stuff in the tank to see what you've got in there. Normally they're looking for red diesel, but these days they're probably looking for vegetable oil as well. And I think actually it's that's caused the big price rise in vegetable oil over the past few years, where I remember about 10 years back vegetable oil was much cheaper than diesel, and now it's about the same price. So there's no real benefit unless you're buying it second hand from a takeaway. And then you've got to strain it, and then of course if you're straining it, there's always a possibility of other bits of gunky stuff getting through. Anyway, Dan Peters, Boaty's World. Hello Boaty. Yeah, could be worth a try. I might look into that at some point, as I love that car. That's always good when you hear people being enthusiastic. Stephen S. Paul, hello English people. Hope the road trip was eventful. It's 85 degrees here. Could be warmer though. It couldn't be much warmer, not without being on fire. Oh no, it's Fahrenheit, isn't it? Not Celsius. Imagine somewhere 85 degrees Celsius. I mean, there are places, but they're not on Earth. Oh, well, they are, but they're not in places that you can, you know, if you was to sit too close to a volcano, you could possibly get to that kind of temperature, and you would regret it as you go on fire and think, I'm not going to do that again, unless you really enjoyed it, and you shouldn't. Yes, actually, the road trip was, there's the first clue, it was a success. But it doesn't mean it wasn't full of fear and trepidation, because it was. Oh yes. And that's why I'm kind of excited not to give too much away, because it's going to be a really big video, like I said. Last night, there's a point. Last night, by the time I'd finished doing all the things and I could get in and do some video editing, it was 10 o'clock. And it was 2 o'clock by the time I'd stopped editing and thought, I've had enough, I really just need to go to sleep. And Boaty, I came onto your live stream a little bit, didn't I? And I said I'm still doing this and that, and you just knew that I might have even been telling the truth at this point. But I was. I didn't really want to miss it, but I also wanted to crack on and do this live video. Hi chaps, says Jimmy Quinn. Steve Colg is still waving beer and onions around, and Pure Evil is here. A whole paragraph of no, that's somebody else. Afternoon all. Hope everyone's well. And then a whole paragraph of scribblings. Oh gosh, that was a rather unusual burp. I'm really good at doing unusual burps actually, but I won't do any because some people might find them disgusting. Chops Garage. What if you had it on the what if you had in the background but you had to make some marvellous dance moves or hand gestures? Yeah, well, alright, okay. Somebody suggested the other day, and I can't remember who this was now. Oh yeah, no I can. It was a guy called Steve suggested that Chops does, you and I do some sort of collaboration. So you're not exactly nearby, are you? Because you're not. You're actually at the furthest most points of this country that you could possibly get almost, and that makes things like collaborations a bit difficult in the first place. No sales cars, of course. I do clean my fleet cars. Hello, Jimmy. And Boaty's going to go on again now. Probably talk is gonna. We've set him off. We've set Boaty off talking now about how you should run a diesel car on vegetable oil. And maybe some more questions should be fired his way because he's clearly quite expert on it. And I wouldn't be surprised. Of course, since the Russian invasion of Ukraine, the price of vegetable oil has rocketed. So any gains that were once to be had from running on vegetable oil have become significantly more marginal. And that is the truth and a bit. Stephen S. Paul, oh look, the Greenwood is here. Afternoon all, and afternoon mustard with a big wavy pink hand. That is a hand with a glove on. That's, I reckon, a glovey hand. And Boaty's going, his car, I tell you, you're on one today, mate. I tell you, very good. The best option is to find restaurants or takeaways that will sell you their used cooking oil. You will need to filter it prior to use, but this can be done easily using cooked rice, surprisingly. Oh, but then that's another thing you've got to use, isn't it? Cooked rice. I suppose you could always eat the rice afterwards, couldn't you? And then it would be full of all bits of food that was once food, at least. It's been cooked into just nothing more than carbon debris. And you could call this meal rice detritus. That sounds quite good, actually. That's the kind of thing I'll have a go at making in Mustard in the Kitchen. Not tonight, though. Rice detritus. Ba-ba. Greenwood, I see that your subscribers are on the up and Boaty's dropped a few. You're going to be hot in his heels very soon. Well, that is actually a bit true. We're going to be in competition again, I reckon. And he's not looking forward to that. I am. And it's not my fault. The only bit that is my fault is that maybe people are liking my videos, and I should not decide that I'm going to make rubbish videos just for that purpose, just so I don't end up catching Boaty up. That would not be fair, would it? Gosh, why can't I drink a cup of tea without getting cold? I don't even want that now. Probably once it gets that cold, you should put some sugar in to make it more palatable, but I don't want to do. Now, Boaty, just put a bit of cooked oil in with the white rice and a large strainer and pour the oil on. The rice will effectively filter the impurities out, leaving it ready to go in the car. Do you know what? That sounds almost like you've just been looking it up and you've just done a copy and paste. I don't mind if you have. It would be easy, wouldn't it? Jimmy Quinn says, Boaty, you can run diesel car on old fish and chip oil. Yes, that's the point. If it's filtered, says Boaty. but you will have starting issues unless you're a very, very hot climate, which some are. Grim Wriggler. I used to use veggie oil with 3% gas and 2-stroke for lube. Hello Tracy, says Jimmy Quinn. Vegetable oil can also be used quite effective lubricant in some marital practices. Well, some may be, but most not. And it's not something that I would ever recommend ever to anyone. As far as I'm concerned, the only use for vegetable oil is to set fire to it. Cup tea away. Close the door. Because I will make another one in a minute, most probably. Because that's just the kind of chap I am. I make a cup of tea, I drink most of it, and then I tip a bit away whilst I'm rattling on. Gives on a trike. Cooking chips is a marital practice. Oh gosh, I thought my phone was about to drop out of the thingy then. That would be good, would it? Right, I see. Right, okay. Hi Trace. That's true. When your car smells like fish and chips, you're going down the road. Don't forget to like, says Jimmy Quinn. Somebody else has said it for me. Thank you, Jimmy. Jimmy, thank you. If you could just put likes on comments as well, I would put a like on that comment for being so generous and thoughtful. Andrew Butty Gig. Vegetable oil is a poor substitute for lube. You need Mr. Boaty's Pottering Lube, by royal appointment of course. And as far as I know, this particular lube is not available anywhere. And John Studley, little green things come up there, telling me that he's been a member of this channel for 4 months, and that is fantastic. Thank you very much, John Studley. And thank you very much to all of the other people who are in green as well for being channel members, new or old. I thank all of you because it helps. You're all very, very helpful. In fact, you're helpful just by being here, but by becoming green members makes you even more helpful. And I welcome you to become a channel member today if you're not, unless you don't want to. Then I'm not going to encourage you to do it because you'll regret it. But if you do want to do, just do it, please. Rot box, message retracted. Now, if you could put your own comments in italics, you could keep doing that. You could just write out brackets, message retracted, close brackets, and it would confuse everyone. But then again, I suppose you could just write a message and just keep deleting it. That'd be even easier. John Studley, hello mustard mate, hey chat, hello John Studley. Stephen S. Paul, Boaty always drops a few toilets, I guess. M&M Gaming, hi. M&M Gaming, hi. Hello, M&M Gaming. Boaty's World, I sell used oil at the restaurant. We filter it every day. Oh, right, hang on. If you've got it, why don't we use it? Because I always thought the problem with actually getting hold of the stuff is that all restaurants would have people sort of banging on the door. Can we buy this off you? Can we have this? Can I take it? Or would you turn the other way whilst I take it for myself? That kind of thing. I'd love to have a go at doing it. I would. I've got a diesel L series engine car, and that would probably make me like it a bit more if it was a bit cheaper to run. Right, so who's this then? That's a new one, I think. Right, okay, so Depelpul. I'm not exactly sure why YouTube recommends this live chat. That's a good sign. Or why I'm here, but I am. Hello from New Mexico and welcome to this live chat. It's recommended to you because you're obviously just searching through things and it's like, well, what about this one? Hopefully you're still here. That's what I'd like to know. Andrew Buttigieg, hello John. And Rov Joe, how are you, Paul? I'm okay. Well, actually, I'm just cold and wet. That's really it, as usual. Hey, Ivan, mate. Right, okay, so Dipelpal. Is that how you pronounce that? Dipelpal. You can't escape us Americans with, like, taxes or the clap. Oh, nice. But I thought it was from Mexico, which isn't really America, is it? I mean, well, I suppose it's Middle America. But I would have thought in Mexico, you'd just say it was Mexico. You wouldn't really describe it as America. But maybe I'm wrong. I'd like to know your opinion on it, in fact. Gaz on a trike, brackets, message in italics, brackets. Well done, very good. Isaac Hunt, I'm touching cloth. I know what you mean. Go and sort it out, because you don't need that kind of thing going on, do you? And Stephen S. Paul, little green members. Little green members. Little green members are lovely. They are. How wonderful it is to have you here. Thank you very much for being little green members. Right, okay. FP, what is this live about? Well, it's not about anything. That's just it. I just set live, see what happens. It's very, very much off the cuff. And that's how I like it. I could have a great list of things I could just talk about, things that I'm interested in, things that, opinions that I have that I want other people to agree with, or at least understand and acknowledge. But instead, I just set it live and see what comes out. And what comes out is this cack, which some like and some don't. And as you've asked, where are you from? Because I want to know. I do, I really do. And I thought I'd actually got to the end of the messages then, which would have been fantastic. Well, no, it wouldn't have been. I don't want to get to the end of the messages. This message has been held for review. Please like and subscribe only if you want. Right, okay, well, I don't see why I can't show that one. And that's John Studley, who I will say has said that, but for some reason I can't. Again, it just says another moderator has handled this. All right, yeah, it's there, isn't it? Barry Scrotter. Hello, Mr. Mustard, the luxury mash maker. I never give. Oh no, I did give it a name. Can you remember what the name was of that particular mash? Because all of my slightly made-up meals are going to have names, just like the cars do, to help me identify what it is. Now, whilst we're at it, can anybody give me an example of a lady who is very, very attractive, but has only got attractive as she's got older? That might seem like an unusual question, but it's, if you can think of somebody that I agree with, I will thank you for that. So a lady who can think of a lady who, as time's gone by, has got more and more attractive. Okay, right, there's a challenge for you. Rover Joe, the state, New Mexico. Oh, and did I misread that? I thought, sorry, oh gosh. And so yeah, I really do feel incredibly stupid. Yeah, not Mexico. I'm very, very sorry, very sorry, very sorry. And you just don't Dipalpal. New Mexico is a state in America. It's a Southwest. I know it is. I know what it is. And I just misread your comments, and I feel like such a clot. I'm in danger of overdoing the apology here, but I don't care. I'm really, really sorry, because I should have read that. I should have read that properly. I do actually know my geography reasonably well, but what I don't do very well is read things out aloud without making mistakes, because my eyesight's cack. So, sorry. Again. Rover Joe, I'm chuffed as I've got the final bush on the rear of the Honda replaced, and that is good news, because that's a pain in the arse of a job, isn't it? Well done, mate. You've done that job on the floor, outside, by yourself. That's impressive. That really is impressive, because those bus jobs on those cars I've just avoided. I've just given the garage to do because I just don't want to touch them myself. Grim Riddler, I was searching for Rover cars and the live chat appeared. I love the soothing rain. Yeah, it's okay if you're inside looking out at it, but it's not nice when you're inside. And Joe and Rover Joe are saying hello to John and Rover Joe are saying hello to each other. Have you done any work today? If so, what exactly? Well, it's a difficult one to answer that. Because these days I'm considering the things that make videos real to be work. So I've done a car review, and that consists of being outside, walking around a car, talking about it, letting my imagination loose, and then driving it and doing the same kind of thing again, and then having a cup of tea with the Legro man. So yes, I have. Thank you for asking. Dipelpal, I presume I'm pronouncing that one correctly. If I could, as a Brit, a question, right? I'd like to know why you guys don't like pickup trucks. It's something I never understood. Well, that's a good question. I think it's down to the practicality of a pickup truck in the UK. There are people that do have them, but they're usually builders and the like. Now, why would your average person choose this over, hang on, that, when that is going to be more streamlined and better on fuel than that, and faster because of it, and more secure, and you can fit more people in. I mean, sure enough, you can fit people in the back of there, but they're not going to be secure, are they? So they could fall out and bang their bonces or heads when they do fall out. And I think as far as being in large open spaces are concerned, you're probably more likely to have a pickup, because no one's going to be telling you that you need to be strapped in for a start. I mean, a pickup truck, the amount of people you could theoretically bung in the back of that, because you don't have to worry about seats or belts or anything like that, would be quite impressive. But in the UK, we're just too afraid. And the people that aren't afraid to do these kind of things get looked upon as being, oh, irresponsible. Oh, no, I don't want you going anywhere near my fish chop. And so that's why, in my opinion, quite possibly. Although, you know what? I do want a pickup truck, because for me it would come quite in handy. Not as an everyday car, but as something to cart stuff around and cart stuff away with. In the job that I'm kind of almost doing half the time, which is trying to fix cars and then end up with a load of stuff that needs to be binned, the pickup truck would be perfect. Because there are still scrap metal places which I don't like to go to, but having a great big space where you can just chuck it all into and then go in and getting rid of it, great. And the other question to this, the other side to this, is that whilst in America they have pickup trucks made specifically as pickup trucks, in this country we have cabs, we have transits, that kind of thing. And the transit van can be made into anything. It could be a van, it could be a camper van, or it could be a pickup. And the most popular pickup, I think, in the UK is probably going to be the transit van, which is then, of course, not a van, but a pickup. And that will be actually bigger than the American pickups as far as the space in the back is concerned. So, there we go. Thank you for that question. New Mexico, nothing rusts here. Well, no, it doesn't, and I'm fairly sure you've told me that before. I've really paid the price for the road trip yesterday, says Boaty. How have you paid the... Oh, hang on, do you mean about that expensive sandwich? Yeah, Yeah, maybe that's what he's talking about. The philosophy of mustard and not the lanky noodle boiler, says Barry Scrotter. The lanky noodle boiler. Specifically missing my morning poo, says Booty. Oh, I nearly tripped over my own foot then. Now we both missed out on that though, didn't we? Because I had an early start of 20 to 7 and you had an early start of 10 o'clock in the morning. And of course that is, you know, way out of your comfort zone. Oh, by the way, I did mention that quite a bit in the upcoming video. Not in a bad way. No, I'll make that clear. I have a bad word to say about Boaty. But I've got plenty of words to say about him. And you'll find that out later if you watch. Headliner prep today. I'm more confident I can actually achieve a good finish, says Barry Scrotter. Well, that would be good, wouldn't it? Depel pal Liz Truss. Your mum, says Boaty's World. Not sure what that's about. Boaty, you didn't go last night, no? Collar Knighton. Hello, Connor. And Andrew Butty Geek. Linda. Oh, hang on. Wait a minute. I'm just about to realise what I've just asked 1 second ago, and again forgotten what it was. Did anybody? Oh yeah, your mum. Yeah, okay. No, definitely not. Liz Truss. Is Liz Truss? Somebody said I was a bit weird for saying that she's quite attractive, but I don't know what she looked like when she was younger. Well, I do. I don't. Yeah. No, I don't think she's the one I'm thinking of. Linda Carter, who played Wonder Woman, is still stunning. Right, well, I'll have to have a look. I'll have to have a look and see whether she's suitable. Yeah, I do need somebody very suitable for this particular thing. Boaty's World, my engine room has been a disaster zone since ending last night's live stream. What engine room? Hello, sir, says Connor again. Hello, Connor. Box fresh. Hello, Mustard. How's things? They're very well, very good. Thank you for asking. Box fresh. Didn't make fun of New Mexico. Oh, don't make fun of New Mexico. I wasn't making fun of it. We can be violent. We don't take stuff too kindly. And again, engine room. We know what we're talking about, don't we, Barry? Right. Tracy's Afterburn. The actress Salma Hayek. Right. Okay. I'll try and remember that one. I'm very, very unfamiliar with who she is. I'll remember that because I need somebody really, really suitable for an offer that they won't be able to refuse. They won't be able to refuse because they won't have any choice in the matter, and they won't even know about it. But that's, I can't explain any further, but just keep these suggestions coming in because they're going to help me out quite a bit later on. Rover Joe, it really is a proper pain. I'm going to just replace the front arms when I get around to doing it. The front suspension, as I CBA, doing that job again. CBA can't be arsed. Yeah, I know the lingo, kids. I do. £8 a gallon is one reason. Depel pal, sorry, this is the trouble. The cold makes your nose a bit runny, and there's a point. There will be people on this live stream even now. There's two from New Mexico that just won't have even experienced being cold. Isn't that strange? I've got to ask Depel Pal and Stephen S. Paul, have you ever been cold? Well, I reckon that might have been a bit of a daft question, because in these kind of areas, obviously night times can be really bitterly cold if the sky is clear. But have you ever been cold during the day? Because this is something that we experience all the time in Britain, and we go from it being too cold to being too wet to too cold to being too warm, and all in the space of a year. We have everything except very, very infrequently we have the temperature just so that we're comfortable outside, and that might be what, 10 days a year. I don't know how many days you think it is, but that's all I remember. Oh gosh, my legs are aching as well now. Right, my Tacoma in the UK will be a Hilux, gets 22 miles per gallon, and I can put my dog in the back when she has muddy paws, and that's the practical part of it as well. Pickup trucks like that, you do see quite a lot those about. But the difference is, of course, in America, practically everybody has one, don't they? Whereas we don't. Only usually people who are working with them have them. So it's a difficult one to entirely answer correctly. And Star Maka Bulgaria. Star Maka Bulgaria. Hi from Bulgaria, friends, and welcome, Star Maka. Andrew Buttigieg. They're too big for American pickups. We used to make car-based utes in Australia, much better to the roads, much better suited to the roads. And Traces Afterburn, good afternoon and welcome to this damp live stream. I do apologise. I consume copious amounts of tea. It's just the way these live streams go. They do for me. Yes, Subaru Brat or the Chevy Avalanche. Subaru Brat. If anybody's just found this live stream, do subscribe to the channel, because the videos are better than the live stream, and I can say that as often as I like, and it won't really do any harm, I don't think. What's happened to the Boaty lunchbox he had? The lunchbox? Do you mean his flask? He had a food flask. I'm sure he's still got it. Oh gosh, I've got cold digits here. Everyone has something to say about Boaty. Everybody does seem to have something to say about it. That's how he likes it. As you would say, well, there's only one thing worse than being spoken bad of, and that's not being spoken of at all. And that's not how the phrase goes, but I couldn't remember exactly how it goes. Neat. Boaty nearly blew his cottage up last night. What did he do? Dipalpal, Liz Truss is having a moment here in the US. She's very popular amongst the wrong people. Oh gosh, that's interesting. Andrew Buttigieg. Yes, bigger, but do you remember the Ford Ranchero or the Chav El Camino? We had a similar Ford Falcon and Holden Commodore. When the candles exploded, candles don't explode. Well, they shouldn't do, not unless they've got some sort of device inside them that normally wouldn't belong there. Gosh, I'm rather interested in this now. But of course I wasn't there because I was editing a video. Robert Cho, I would have thought you would get... I would have thought it would get cold in the winter months. I don't think it gets that cold. Texas gets cold in winter, but I don't think it gets that cold. I mean, Stephen S. Paul, you know all about this. You're always telling me about how dry it is and stuff. Do you get cold? Do you find yourself thinking, gosh, this is a cold day. I wish it was a bit warmer. I wish I lived in a warmer environment, but I bet you don't. I ate a cup of ice once, says Stephen S. Paul. Never again. Why would you eat a cup of ice? Gas on a trike. I'm not sure, but I think the Salaburious area of Roundhay, Leeds is only known for two things: Liz Truss and Jimmy Savile. Greenwood. I haven't seen last night's Boaty stream, so I'm so looking forward to it now. Last night Boaty stream was brought to you by BBC Boaty's Banging Candle. The Greenwood. Mustard, have you cleaned Nigel's headliner base off yet? No, I haven't, because I've got the headlining is going to be the last thing that gets done on that car, on this car, and I'm not really rushing any of it because there's no point. In fact, the plan was for this to be back on the road next month. And all I've done is brought it in here just so I can clean the paint up, and I've done literally about a quarter of it because I get distracted with other things. It's nice and sunny here, says Jimmy Quinn. The only thing missing from your videos is the screwdriver. No, it sounds like a private joke I don't get. We all love the lanky noodle boiler, really, says Barry Scrotter. And Jordan has got better with age. Oh, right, okay, and lots of laughter things on there. Just as well you put that there. I'd never have guessed you were being sarcastic. Candle in a jar. Oh, right, the glass jar exploded. Oh, right. Yeah, you got to be careful doing stuff like that. Candles explode if the user puts Massachusetts in. Matchsticks, not Massachusetts. Massachusetts. Yeah, okay, I'll go to Aldi. Massachusetts. If you put matchsticks in and makes the flame hit the side of the glass, I presume that's what happened. I haven't watched it yet. Lol. I think cold is relative. Just a change of temperature is relative cold. And that's kind of what I imagine will be the case. But no New Mexicans have actually been mentioned. Do you call yourselves New Mexicans? No, I bet you don't. He was using a match last week. Wick. Oh, right, I see, yeah. Right, using it, not a good idea. He nearly left a deposit in his knickers. I have to watch that later after this. I sped through working. What's that? Dagnabbit. What's Dagnabbit? Carl Hamilton. Afternoon, gentlemen. Afternoon, Carl Hamilton. And that's more like it. Gentlemen. Yes. And ladies as well. Because there is at least one lady. In fact, I think there are 3. And I'd like it if there's a few more, to be honest. These live streams, they shouldn't be just full of hairy men with beards and glasses. No, they should have ladies. Proper ladies. The kind of ladies that are prim and proper, but still show a bit of cleavage. That's the kind of ladies that are real ladies. Oh yes, lady enough to not be afraid to show a bit of flesh and still, can speak the language. I want to see more ladies. Could you please just go and grab some ladies for this live stream for the next one? Ladies only. Ladies first. That would be fantastic. Lanky noodle boiler. That's so hilarious, says the Greenwood. It is a good one, actually. Screwdriver, a smashing pistons, red mustard. Red mustard. Right, well, I'm glad you found my mistake funny, Greenwood. Tracy, Mrs. Greenwood. Thank you. I shall make more mistakes if that's all it takes. Making mistakes is easy. All you've got to do is just not be careful in what you're doing. You can make mistakes everywhere. If that's all anybody wants to see is mistakes, then I shall Massachusetts more often. Yeah. Didn't they say that about the Bee Gees, that Massachusetts was the amount of teeth they had? Stephen S. Paul, it can get cold here, especially in the desert, and that's what I thought. It can drop as low as the 30s at night. But it all changes when the sun comes out. Yeah, no, we've relative again, 30 degrees Fahrenheit. What is that in centigrade? Because that's what I'm used to. You know, that's what we deal with in here. I'll have a look at the fish tank to see whether I can see. No, I've got a thermometer in the fish tank, and I can't read the writing on it because it's too small. Going to be 37 degrees here later today, and a near state-wide war fire ban. Total fire ban. Dipelpal. I lived in Ireland for a year, so if I ever won the lottery, I'm going to live on the English moors, like Charlotte Bronte, like in a Charlotte Bronte novel. Right, very good. Did you grow up in Ireland, or did you grow up in New Mexico? Now, you might be interested to know that the Bronte country, the town of Haworth, is actually only about 15 miles from here. It's pretty well signposted, and they're cobbled streets, and there's things everywhere telling you that the Bronte sisters lived here, and they did all their stuff from here. It's quite a nice little place. It was about 15 miles away as the crow flies, rather than as the car drives, because you'd have to go like that to get there. Or I suppose you could kind of go like that across the really lumpy bits of the hills, which is in many ways more interesting. Might be 20 miles then. Still quite close though, isn't it? Dagnabbit. Cartoons explain. Ah, right, instead of God damn it. Dagnabbit. Dagnabbit! I actually quite like that. Very good, well done. Thank you very much, the Greenwood. Hello, lady here. That's no lady, that's my wife. That's a joke. That's a joke I've heard before. The Greenwood, I followed that. Stephen S. Paul, New Mexico and New York are, as well as New England, still have the new state smell. What is that smell? Well, DePalpal understands what you're on about. I guess Liz Hurley. Oh, Liz Hurley. Yes, there's a good one actually. But, yeah, not good. Oh, Kylie Minogue. Why didn't I think of that? Kylie. I think that might be the one. But I do need to have a little look at some of these other suggestions. Liz Hurley. Oh, lovely Liz Hurley. I always liked Liz Hurley, but I've not seen her for quite a while, and I don't know whether she looks better with age or worse, because the thing is, many ladies think that men look a bit better with age as they become a bit more distinguished, but it's unfortunately it doesn't always work the other way around, does it? And men don't tend to think that women look better with age, and this is an awful thing to actually broadcast, but it does tend to be the common thing, doesn't it? But some ladies will do what they can to combat this, and some don't do a very good job of it. And you know, it's a touchy subject. But what about Madonna? I've seen some pictures of Madonna recently. You know what? She's 60, something like that. And in these pictures, if you didn't know who she was, you'd think she was about 30. Now, is that just weird? Is that just not admitting it? Is that just being a complete denier of the concept of age? And does it look false? That's the thing. And here I am going down a path where I'm not sure where it's going to end, or whether I'm going to find myself regretting going down it at all. So let's say, to my opinion at least, Kylie looks better for age. And I'm sure there's a couple more. I'm sure there's loads actually, not a couple. There's loads of them. That's why I asked you. Kate Moss still looks good, says Dipel Pal. I can't remember what she looks like now, but I'm sure you're right. And Greenwood, he was burning the candle using Massachusetts. That does sound funny, actually. Instrument conductor. That's an interesting one. There is no such area as Massachusetts. That's just a geographical point on the globe. I thought Massachusetts was actually a city. Let's not ask too much more then. Abbas Bukhari looks like a sick garage at YK. A sick garage. Yeah, I suppose it does. It looks highly disorganised. If you've not seen it before, then have a quick look around. Look, shelves full of things, car in the middle, man next to the shelf, and then over that way, shelves. The shelves are basically all the way around, and it is somewhat unfinished, and it kind of remains unfinished for all eternity. But thank you. I take that as a good thing. My dad grew up close to Haworth. I've been there a few times. Very steep high street. Yes, for your information, indeed, it does have a very steep high street, and most of the towns and villages around this kind of area, as you just go north or east, they do go into that proper hilly things. There's also Hepton Stall. Hepton Stall's right up a hill like that, and then it's just a cobbled street through the centre of it. It's very, very postcardy, in fact, very idyllic. Chase Tyson, good day, mate. Good day, Chase Tyson. Kim Wilde. I'm not sure about that one. Oh, hang on. What about one of my favourites? What about Charlotte Church? Let's see what she looks like recently. Maybe she's the one I need to contact. Oh, hang on. Am I giving away too much here? Charlotte. Good, yeah. Oh, good, yeah. Kylie indeed, and she seems genuine nice person as well. I would. Yes, you would. And Danny, says Andrew Buttygig. Barry Scrotter says you either age like fine wine or mouldy cheese. I always find that a rather curious phrase, that aged like a fine wine. You know, actually, when wine ages, it just turns nasty and bitter, doesn't it? turns into sherry if you put loads of sugar in it as well. Ugh, I don't fancy it myself. Don't fancy drinking old wine. And oh, Vindaloo is here. Vindaloo, hello Mustard, or hi Mustard. How are you? I thought you might be wearing jeans. Boaty said you look good in jeans. Nice tight pair would look good on you. Well, that's I'm sure that's a very nice thing for you to say. The trouble with jeans for most of the time is they are a bit uncomfortable, whereas I took to wear more sort of loose, stretchy pants for when it comes to doing things outside, because you can move your legs around for a start, and I can still lift my leg up there. I can move stuff around where I can't do that with jeans on because they're tight, or they're restrictive, or the material's too hard. And that's really why. But even going on a road trip with Boaty, I make sure I put jeans on. Yeah, for a couple of reasons. Oh, hang on, he's done one of his daily diaries where he might have mentioned that then, I don't know. Or was it me that mentioned it? I don't even know. I don't know. It's so easy just to lose track of what's been said. Oh gosh. Oh, right, okay. Gaz on a trike. I fixed a headstone at the top of the cemetery of Haworth. Not the churchyard. One Christmas. The water frills in the bucket. Hooked on Classics is here, says Mustard. Thank you. Simone. Barry Scrotter. Madonna had her head inflated yak. Loved Madonna in Desperately Seeking Susan though. Oh yes. That's a long time ago though, wasn't it? Sure, it was a very, very long time ago. Oh. I'm starting to feel the cold a bit more now. Andrew Buttigieg. Michelle, I can't remember her last name from Hello. Oh yes, yeah, well, I don't know what she looks like now, but I'll take your word for it that she's improved, or at least not got worse. Gaz on a trike. Haworth, not Haworth Dagnabbit. Yeah, okay. I wouldn't have noticed that actually. Vindaloo, do you know the 90s song from a group called Baby Bird? I want Boaty to sing it to Mustard. The trouble is, he would do. I can well see him singing that out aloud in front of people that he doesn't know. Because that's the kind of thing he does. And I think that's what we should encourage him to do. Let's see, is he capable of actually embarrassing me? Barry Scrotter. Andrew, yeah, Kim Wilde. She likes gardening. Win-win. Sick equals most excellent, says Greenwood. I like ladies, I have to say, says Barry Scrotter. Hello, someone. Sick. I was sick a while back. Oh, Smelly Hole. There's a name you don't forget. Gosh, I love Boaty. He's so masculine with his deep voice. Yes. I wouldn't describe him as masculine though. More sort of wiry. Mustard pauses to have a good hard think about Charlotte Church. I did as well. I did. I won't deny that. Gosh, I mean, I've said that I think she's a very attractive lady. I'm never going to pretend that was a joke. No, yeah. She's definitely my kind. Or at least she was, and presumably she still is. And the thing is, I always think that she and other ladies like that, they have a kind of ordinariness about them that makes them more approachable, more appealing. Rather than the. Do you need to know this? You probably don't. But the kind of ladies that never really appeal to me are those stick-thin types. The ones that look like the high maintenance. Not because I'm stingy. I mean, I am stingy, but that's not the reason. But I don't like anything that shows off. I like things that are actually quite ordinary. But within that ordinariness, you can really appreciate what's actually there. If something is really, well, overly glamorous, then I feel like you're going to miss the point of it, or certainly I would. Does anybody agree with that? Mighty Cat mods. Bark. Mighty, oh, back. The lad was rubbish. Hadn't practiced again. Did we miss much? Oh, Mighty Cat mods. Obviously, you are teaching the French horn rather than learning it then. Oh dear. Your student's been rather disappointing. Now, I can relate to that because when I used to teach guitar, there were a variety of different levels that people would get to and aspire to. And there were many that you just know hadn't done anything at all on it during the week, but said they had. And those in particular, who I would give them something new to do, and I'd sit and watch them do it, and they'd go through it once and then look up. Like, that's it, I've done it now. And having to try and explain that's not how you learn. You learn it by being told, stop now, come on, stop. Don't just do that later on. Don't just stop doing it now, do it later on. Because some of those people would be like that, and I would be one of them, that you'd have to tell to shut up because you're sick of hearing it. If you're learning to play an instrument and the people around you are not fed up with hearing it, you're not learning it properly. Traces Afterburn. I shall submit Claudia Wilkerman on behalf of Boaty. Yeah. That might be a good one, actually. Chaya Tyson, hello from London. Oh, I forgot about Charlotte Church, says Andrew Buttygig. Now that, presumably, you mean, maybe you're on side with me about that one. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. Anyway, we can't all have her. And as far as I know, she's spoken for anyway. Not that that should matter. Theoretically. Wow, I finished that one. I feel like I've achieved something. Chrono K. Was it Chromo? Chromo K. Hello from Dallas, Texas. Hello, Chromo. Welcome to this live stream. Wasn't you in the other day? I can't remember. Maybe you was, maybe you wasn't. But welcome anyway. I love the name Smelly Hole. I can't help it, says the Greenwood. When it's cold and wet, jeans are awful. Yeah, they are, because they're heavy, aren't they? They do sort of soak up the water, and then just cold and wet's just not nice, is it? Anyway, whatever the case. Now I find actually if it's wet, you're best off not wearing a coat. You're best off wearing as little as possible, because all you're doing then is carrying water around with you that then makes you even colder. All right. And now, Andrew Buttygig. Jeans can be restrictive, and that is true, which is what I was saying. The Greenwood. Do you think Mustard has a soft spot for Charlotte Church? Thank you, Andrew Buttygig. Yes. Well, that would be a lovely opportunity. Oh, right, okay. Joel, you play football, or ya play football? No, I hate football. And somebody said this the other day about football, and I don't mind if you want to watch football, play football, anything like that, but it's not for everyone. Believe it or not, some people just aren't interested in it. And I'm one of them. Sorry about that. But welcome to the live stream anyway, and please stay, because I want as many people here as possible. The Greenwood, a wet spot. Vindaloo, Barry, yes, great song for Boaty to sing to Mustard. Yes, and a message retracted from Chaya Tyson. You play football again, asks Joe. Maybe that's because I didn't answer that question quickly enough, but the answer is still no. Pingu, Concord. Hey, Captain. Have you recovered from your long drive with Boaty yesterday? Well, the answer is yep, but I did stay up way too late last night trying to finish the edit on the video. Then still to get up at the normal time. So this morning I wasn't particularly up for it, let's say. Yeah, up for it. Yeah, I wasn't particularly up for it, but I still went up for it and did the up for it. And I won't be recovered until tomorrow. Hi Pingu, says Hooked on Classics. Chaya Tyson, my GCSEs are coming up in just over a month. I'm supposed to be studying, but I'm watching this instead. Oh no, don't do that. Don't do that. I don't want to be responsible for you not doing as well in your exams as you should be doing. And obviously, if you're not watching me, you're going to be watching someone else. But honestly, just do your work. Just do your work and come back to this another point. Or even better, do your studying and then watch one of my videos, because they're better than this. Pingu, hi Simone, I hope you're having a better day than me. Oh dear, Pingu's not happy today. I hope it's nothing to do with the Codfather. I agree with you, Mustard. Oh, right, I see. Good, Andrew Buttigeek. Yes, right. And there must be, you know, I bet on Facebook there's a Charlotte Church fan group. Yeah. That wasn't set up by me. I bet there is one. I bet there's one out there. I'm going to look afterwards. I might look afterwards. I'm going to look afterwards, and then I'll tell you that I've looked on the next live stream I do. Yep, Claudia is nice, says Barry Squatter. Pingu, rather than having a boring day here, rather depends. Andrew Buttigieg likes curves as well. That's because you're a proper man. Animals. Say a car brand for an edit. Say a car brand for an edit. Now, okay, I don't really know what you mean by that, but just in case, you're asking me to do for an edit, what do you mean for an edit? I don't really understand that, but I'm going to say Volkswagen. Greenwood, he said Rover quite a few times. Animals. What does edit mean, animal? Asks Simone, and exactly what I was just asking as well. Going for a clip. Going to clip it, I guess. Use it for himself. Seems rather odd. Right, I see. Yeah, possibly. Has Dented Doris found a new owner yet? Asks Pingu Concord. No, but oddly enough, I did have somebody messaging about it today, and that only come about because somebody was asking whether Johnny Crook was still available, and I had to say no, but this is. Yeah, but no, it's still here. Don't understand this edit shout out doings, says Andrew Buttigieg. Paul, are you doing a cooking live stream later? Good question. Good question. Well, the answer is I don't know, because I desperately want to finish this video off, and some of these things do sort of conflict with each other. Now, I could do the cooking live stream and then do the video edits, but of course I don't really want to be skimping on video editing and making them a bit less edited just so I can do a live stream. Whilst I'm at work, I'm basically just shirking, so that's different. That's easy to do. At home, it's my opportunity to do the video editing, so I don't know. I did actually. Who asked that? Oh right, Jimmy Quinn. Well, does anybody like the idea of the cooking live streams then? I mean, because to me they make perfect sense. Whilst I'm cooking, I may as well be talking to people who are there. I suppose the answer to that has to be yes, realistically, because I can't cook and edit a video. So when I get cooking, I may as well be doing a live stream on the other channel at the time. So there's a good chance that the answer to that is yes. Now, gosh, look at this. I've been going on an hour and a half. I'm really enjoying doing these live streams recently. I might have to go for a wee in a minute, so I'll have to just go out there, lock the door to make sure nobody comes in and steals anything, and then come back. But let's read these comments for a failed starter motor, then an immobilizer won't turn off. I think, oh gosh, I think my 25 has decided to squat in my dad's garage forever. Oh dear, that doesn't sound great. That's an interesting question, Simone. I like that one an awful lot. Which is your favourite panel on Nigel? That is a question that nobody's ever asked me before, and it's also one that I'm going to find rather difficult to answer. But I think actually it is that blue door there, and I say that because it's easiest to just point out. Or it could be the bonnet or the red door. I think it's one of those three. I think it's the blue one. Right, excuse me just for a moment while I go and do a rather necessary tinkle. Please, if you're new to the live stream and you open up this and spot nothing except a multicoloured car, do let me know that you're here and chat amongst the other rather friendly locals. See you in a minute. And thank you for still being here, whoever is still here. That was needed. That was necessary. Necessary indeed. I'm still here. I suspect it's coming close to the time where I should probably be going home anyway. But let's not dash it, eh? You never know. Anything could happen. Anything amazing could happen in this live stream between now and when I do go home. It could be amazing. It could be dull. Or it could be even more amazing than what I first thought it could be. Or it could be even more boring. I don't know. You just never know until you try it. So, let's see who else has just made their comments available for me to read. Well, there's quite a few actually. Yeah. I like the cooking show, says Jimmy Quinn. Thank you very much. That's encouraging. That's just the kind of thing I need to read in order to carry on doing it. Your cooking live streams are great, says Pingu. Yay, it's even better. Keep doing them when convenient for you and when you're feeling chatty. I uploaded a video regarding trailing arm bushes. I don't know, but you might find it interesting on how I do it. I'm sure I will, Joe. Vindaloo, Mustard, would you drive around a picture of Boaty on your bonnet? Yes, I would. That's exactly the kind of thing I would like to do with Fred the Shed. When one day when I get Fred the Shed on the road, my plan was for it to become something of a deliberate embarrassment. So to do some sort of paint job that you're going to draw attention to yourself with, and that's the idea. That's all. The only idea of it is just to draw attention to yourself, but not in such a way where you know any bad could come of it. Maybe having Boaty's face on there wouldn't be such a good idea after all. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll have a look at that one. And on the doors, says Andrew Buttigieg. Blue Inquisitor, have you driven a Honda Civic? Is there any noticeable difference between them and the Rover 400, the same generation? Do you know what? I haven't driven a Honda version of it, and I can't really see there would be any difference, really. I bet it would if the cash was right. Everyone has a price. Read Boaty's bonnet face. There wouldn't need to be a price. I'd just do it. I reckon. I'd just say, yeah, let's put your face on there. And then I would turn up at Istanbul. We'd go to somewhere like Istanbul in Fred the Shed with Boaty's face on it, and I'd try and park it outside where we was going to get out and say, look, his face is on the bonnet. That's him. That's him just there. Do you recognise him? And maybe he would feel a bit uncomfortable with that. I'd hope so, but I bet he wouldn't. Right, I did a few clips taking my headlining out, but they're crap. I might have to just put them up anyway. Cheers, I will release more episodes of Trailing Arm Bushes. Excellent, Joe, says Pingu. Excellent Joe work. The roof would not look nice. The roof would look nice white on Nigel with a Union Jack. I don't agree. The roof is gold. That's how it's going to stay. Yes, I'm not messing about with the paint on the roof. No, that would, honestly, that would spoil it. It would be way too much. I think as it is, it's kind of perfect. A week's worth of free grub would be a decent price to pay. Reboat his face. Going for a wee, no need time, explain. Captain has been your live stream adventure. Captain, what? That's a strange noise. Captain, what has been your favourite adventure in Nigel? I don't know. It's not really done that many adventures, really. Oh, no, it has. Well, it's yeah, no, it has actually, hasn't it? It's been up and down the country and things. It's even been to Scotland. It's been to Scotland, it's been to Wales, and it's been all around England. Maybe it needs to go abroad. I don't know which was my favourite one. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I think actually my favourite one was when I went to my niece's wedding. And I did the video on that, the 500 miles. I took a wedding and 500 miles and a coolant leak, I think it's called. Yeah, because that's when the thermostat housing started leaking. But I didn't really have the time to sort it out, and I still wanted to use this car. And so I just took a chance. I just took a chance. I just took a big bottle of coolant with me just in case. And all you do is just keep the heating on and just make yourself aware of whether it's dripping out too much or not, and check it from time to time. And I did find that whilst it was on the move, it was kind of okay. I like the bonnet myself, says Barry Squatter. Is this the point where Mustard finds a phone box, twirls around and comes out as Wonder Woman or a superhero? Yeah, I don't think so. Turn Fred into a pickup, says Jimmy Quinn. That would be... it wouldn't be a new idea, would it? Bonnet face. Live on Fred the Shed, yes. Mustard back from having the world. Do you think a large sunstrip type project Nigel sticker in his windscreen might attract more curious people to the channel? Yeah, I do think it would do, and I'd be happy to do that. Ask me for tips on proper utes. Wouldn't be hard to turn Fred into a ute. No, it would probably be easier than some cars, I suppose, being as it is already an estate car. Could be tempting to do that, actually. Except, could it be? You know, people come up with ideas, and I have enough of my own, and I just think, I want to do that as well now. Yeah, I'd love to turn Fred into a ute. Hooked on classics. Yesterday, I saved 2 bumblebees from certain death. They're on the curb in danger of being stepped on, so I picked them up and put them on some flowers. Good deed done. That is a good deed. I haven't even seen any yet. Adrian is here and he says, hello. Barry Scrotter, Simone, well, they're really early now. That's very early indeed. I haven't seen any yet on my end. Well done, thank you, well done, excellent, super duper. Get Boaty's face copywritten in case of imposters. Would you reckon anyone would copy sticking his face on the bonnet of their car? I don't think so. But imagine if it was to become a trend. Everywhere you go, Boaty's face on cars. No, that would be awfully upsetting. Pravina M, hi. Hello, Pravina M. And Vindaloo, Boaty on board, sign the rear window. Oh, yeah, Boaty on board, sign on the rear window. Yes, yeah, good points, yes. Oh, shite, yeah. Oh, why not? How are you, says Pravina. I'm fine. How are you? Where are you from, by the way? And then Maxon Jeffries, a bit more random. Another question. Hi, a bit random though. Do you like football? No, I don't like football. I hate football. I seem to be getting this football question quite a lot, actually. I wonder why. Maybe my live stream seems to be rather connected to football thingies or something. How could that be possible? I have no idea. Oh, by the way, for those who are regular and still here and wondering when I'm going to bugger off, I will when I've drunk this cup of tea, because I don't want to outstay my welcome. And look how quickly I managed to catch up with those comments there. And as soon as you finish with comments, more come up, which is great. That's kind of like working rather well indeed. Now, what time did I start this live stream? It was, as I remember, oh wow, so we could be on for sort of quarter to, oh no, nearly 6 o'clock. Wow, I reckon we're probably on 4:30 at the moment. Gosh, now that we're getting a bit more daylight, it's very easy to get distracted with thinking it's still time to be at work, doing non-work things. But regardless, I shall continue to drink my cup of tea and to chat and catch back up again. Boaty on board. If Boaty's face was on my car, I'd have to scrap it. Gosh, that's a bit mean, Simone. But I know exactly what you mean. Imagine if that was the impetus for people scrapping their cars. Almost like Right, like a sign. You get people coming around at nights and flap a sticker on your car, and that sign meant, in their opinion, you should scrap that car. And because of this opinion of somebody you don't know, you go, oh, that's the sign. Somebody put Bolty's face on my car today. What are you going to do? Scrap it. It's easier than peeling it back off again. Well, what a nation of weirdos we would be then. What a shame. I'm fine, I'm from India, says Pravina M. And jolly good, it's great to have somebody from India. So we have people from all around the world today, which is rather excellent. I could do the list of the people that turn up on my live streams and where they're all from. And to also know that they come back and watch the videos as well as the live streams. Me too, Simone. There was 3 bumblebees on the driveway at my dad's house, looking frozen, so I carefully moved them into the sun. Poor little blighters, that's what I say. They're coming out too early. Do you know what it is? They felt tricked. They've been tricked into coming out by last week when we had that ever so slightly spring-like weather. And they'll be regretting it now, won't they? Knowing that this is not the time to be out and about in the UK. Ella, laugh my arse off, that means, says the Greenwood Simone. Weld back the doors shut and use parts of the tailgate to fill the hole in the B-pillars. Strip back the seat and cargo area and sheet out. And that's the instructions on how to turn a Rover 75 Estate into a ute. Good instructions, I like them. Barry Scrotter finds Simone's comment rather funny as well. Well, if he didn't have any MOT advisories, it soon would do with Balty face on the bonnet. That could be a genuine thing as well. Except, no, that's not safe. You can't drive that around because it will distract other road users. Users. There must be something in that. There must be things that you can write on your car that will be considered too distracting to be safe on the roads, and maybe that is indeed one of them. Depelpal's still here. The Brits that live here in is it Taos? Have to have their PG tips and their local whole goods. Then they react in the mansions and we nummies never see them again. I've struggled to understand that one, but I like it. Put a map of the world in the workshop. Oh, that's a good idea, Simone. Yes, that's brilliant actually. At home, we have a map of the world that used to be on the girls' bedroom wall. And I've been saying, you need to learn all your countries again. You need to know them all. We used to have this quiz where I just shout out a country and they just have to stick the finger on the map as they could. Now, I could find it. That'd be better off on their wall. But I could just buy another one. But that is a brilliant idea, Simone. And I think I am going to go ahead and look for one to buy. Because I like that idea so much that you are going to become my viewer of the week. That's an award I've never offered or even thought about giving to anyone ever before. Well done, Simone. Everybody, congratulate Simone. Thank you. Such a good idea. Mustard's world, says Pingu. Yes. All of the different expressions of Boaty's face everywhere you go, just looking at you. Pingu is a lifesaver. Paul, you could sing your ex-girlfriend a song. She was not my ex-girlfriend. Lisa Stansfield was not my ex-girlfriend. No. Good one, Simone. Using tax. That little car on the end, yeah. That's a fantastic idea about the map, Simone. Yep. Rover Joe says, Boaty reminds me of Roland Gift from the Fine Young Cannibals, and he does with many people. And I used Roland Gift's face. Oh yeah, that was it, on the Boaty Goes to Todmorden. Boaty Goes to Todmorden. Yeah, of course, Frankie Goes to Hodley, Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Boaty Goes to Todmorden. And Roland Gift did get his face in that. Let's see what that was. Did you hear that? It's the sounds of the garage locking up by the sounds and the looks of it. So it's probably time for me to go. Yes, I'm glad you're pleased by that. Surely you should have a big sticker of Lisa Stansfield on your bonnet, Captain. Yeah, maybe. Now, how do you Zybot I'm going to just call you Zybot. W. Simon. Congratulations, Simone. Dipalpal, Teos. It's posh ski resort in the town of New Mexico. Here in not the town, in the state of New Mexico. Well thought of, Simone. Well done, Simone. Glad to be of service. Smelly hole. Boaty is the light of my life. Why does it keep going? Boaty is the light of my life. I don't know how I would cope without him. Rover Joe thought the same. Boaty would come on home. Boaty looks incredibly like my middle grandchild sometimes, especially with the eyes smiling. I can confirm my daughter has been nowhere near Boaty. Right, okay, I've caught up with the comments yet again, and that is time for me to actually go before anybody else comments, and makes me feel like I should stay to read out comments. But what I will say, oh look, Dipelpal is here again. If I'm going to subscribe to this channel, I need to know who Boaty is. You don't need to know who Boaty is. Everybody knows who Boaty is, and it's all my fault, except for Tracy, who did know who he was beforehand. Boaty come home, suspicious Boaty. Oh, Mr. Boaty, yes, Boaty's world. Don't talk to him, because he'll say, oh, don't subscribe to Project Nigel, subscribe to Boaty's world. You can't possibly do them both. Yeah, bye-bye, thank you very much. And right, okay, I'm going to say thank you very much for joining me today on this rather impromptu live stream where very little got done at work today. And thank you for the new people that have joined in, and thank you for the regulars for helping out with the new people, and thank you especially to Simone, my subscriber of the week, for such a fantastic idea about the map. That is going to happen. Now, I'll see you again quite soon. I will continue doing live streams on this channel as well as the cooking channel, because obviously I don't cook at work. Okay, and thank you very much. I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.